Hey Divi Nation, thanks for stopping by our documentation to learn all about Divi's login module. So if you've ever wanted to create a customized login experience for your site visitors, this is the module for you. You're gonna wanna create a page with this on it, and it's gonna allow you to create a very unique experience with very unique design that you're not able to achieve with just directing people to WordPress's basic login page. So check it out. We're going to show you how to add that and to style it in this video.
In this video, I'm going to give an overview of Divi's login module. Now, the login module is a great way to customize the default WordPress login form that you use every time you log into your site. So if you're interested in creating an elegant looking login form, you can do that using this login form module, and you can place it anywhere on your web page or on your website. Then you can redirect users to that page to log in instead of the default WordPress login form. So if you have a membership site and you're looking for a login page that's custom built, you can do that easily using the Divi Builder and this login module. Now, to take a closer look at the login module, I'm going to actually delete this one that I've built here, and we're going to build it together. It's quite simple, and I'm going to introduce you to some of the features that are built in to help you get a better understanding of how to use the login module. So I'm using the visual builder here, and I'm going to go ahead and delete the login module that I have in this row here. And just to kind of give you an understanding of how this page is set up, this is actually a regular section. And then I gave myself a one column row. And then in that one column row, I'm going to go ahead and add my login module. Once it's added, you'll see that it'll take on a background color that is kind of the default that you have set in your theme customizer color there. And then you can go ahead and change that, and we will. But the first thing you see under the content tab is a spot for your title. So each login form has a spot for a title and some content text. It's always good to kind of let your readers or users know that this is a login form and give some instructions for them before they log in. So for the title, I'm simply going to put in login. And then for the content, I'm going to paste in just some mock text for now. Now, so there's my title and my content or instructions for my login form. And then underneath this content section, I also have a section called redirect. Now, this option allows me to, allow the user to redirect to the current page after they log in. Sometimes this is useful. So if I wanted to, I could select that, and once they log in, it's going to, instead of redirecting to the WordPress dashboard, which is normal, it's going to stay on this page. I'm actually going to just leave it as no for now. I'm going to let it redirect to the WordPress dashboard by default. The background here, we're going to give it a custom background. But for now, I'm just going to kind of make this one transparent, so I don't want to see it, the background color that is. And I'm going to go to my gradient tab. I'm going to give it a gradient here. Go ahead and paste in my first gradient color here, nice blue. And then I'm going to add the second color here, just a lighter blue, and I'm decrease the opacity a bit so you can kind of see through that login form a little bit. So that's looking nice. I'm going to leave my gradient type as linear and all of these settings as their defaults. And now I'm ready to go on to the Design tab. Under the Design tab, we have a whole lot more options available for customizing all the elements of our login form. The first one are my fields. By default, you'll see that my form fields, that's these over here, the username and password fields here. They have a white background with some dark text in there, which is pretty standard and looks nice right out of the box, but you can go ahead and change this if you need to. If I wanted to give my form field backgrounds a color, make them yellow, for instance, maybe change the opacity of them, I could do that. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my default there. I can change my text color in here if I wanted to match it with a blue or something. I can do that as well. The focus background color refers to the background color of this field here. Whenever you have clicked into the field to actually enter text, it will change the background color for you. So it lets the user know that they are actually editing that particular field, and that is the main focus. So the same goes for text color. You can change the way the text color renders whenever you've clicked in and are actually typing the text there. And also the use focus border color. Again, the focus element is when actually you click on the field, it will pop up a border around it, and you can style that border here, giving it a color. Just to give you an example, I know it's easier to see it than it is for me to explain it. Just to give you an example of these focus options here. As you can see, if I click on this form here, whatever is the focused field, you'll have a slight border around it. That's the focus field border. And then you have a background for the focus field, which is a kind of greenish and a semi-transparent background. And you also have a white color, text color for my focus field for the text. So there you go. Those three elements we were just talking about. And it just kind of lets the user know that is what is the focus when they're filling out their form. All right, going back, I can also change the text color from light to dark if I am wanting to do that. Text orientation of this title, text, and content you can change as well. The header text, we're going to go ahead and change this up. We can modify the header text and also the body text to fit the style of your site. I'm going to go ahead and change the header font. Let's make it, give it the Montserrat font there, and then change it to bold. Make it uppercase. Go ahead and change the header font size up to about 60 pixels. Keep the header text color the same. Maybe change the header line height a little bit. Let's make it 1.9. Go ahead and change the body text. I'm going to match the font here. And let's make the body font size a little bigger. Make it 18 pixels. Easier to read there. Keep the default body line height 1.7. That looks good. I could also add a border to my login module if I wanted to. And then you can stylize that border here. You can change the style of this login button to match your site style. You just click on the Use Custom Styles for button, and it pulls up all of your many options for stylizing a button. I'm going to give my button a background color. Paste in my green here. Let's go ahead and leave my text size. I like that text color. Leave it white. I could, maybe take away this border. Actually, I'm just going to match my border color with the green. That way I can see my border radius. It looks nice. I want to match my button font. Go ahead and make it Montserrat here. And let's make it uppercase. All right. Everything else looks good. Just want to make sure my button hover text, maybe give it a different text color on hover. Let's go ahead and make this green. And then change our background to white on hover. There you go. You can also, give it a button box shadow, which I don't really need for this design. You could also change the sizing of your module here. Change the width and then adjust the module alignment when you have the width that you would like. I'm going to give it back to its default here. I could add some spacing to my module, which would be helpful in this instance. I'm going to actually give it some padding here. Add 15% padding to the top, 10% to the sides here. All right, that looks good. Could have a shadow for my form there if I wanted to. Sometimes that looks really nice. And I could also add an animation to my login form whenever the page loads in this instance, or whenever you scroll to your login form. Maybe I want it to fade in a little bit. All right, and that's it for my design. Let's go to our advanced tab just to remind you that you can add your unique CSS IDs or classes to target this module from an external style sheet if you wanted to. You can also add some inline custom CSS to any of these elements of the module specifically. So basically, if whatever can't be done in the design tab definitely can be done in the advanced tab to make it exactly how you want it to look. The visibility option here is always available to disable this module's visibility on any of these devices. And let's go ahead and save that out. Save our page. Now when we go to our page on a live site, you will notice that since I'm already logged in, it will show you your login title there along with your text. You don't have the form anymore because you're already logged in, and then it kind of tells you, yes, you're logged in as, and it gives your username, and then it gives you the option to log out. If I log out, it's going to redirect to my default WordPress page here. That is because I didn't have it redirect to the page. But once I log in, and let's say if I wanted to change that option, go back to my login settings, and under content tab, let's change our redirect to the current page, and let's save that out. I'm going to exit the Visual Builder so we can see it live. And now it brings up my page. Since I'm logged in, I'm going to click on Log Out now. And as you can see, it redirected to this page. So now I can then log in using my custom login form using the login module. Once I click Login, it redirects to this current page as well. So that's how that redirect option works for you. And that is our overview of the login module.